Accounting 1 again. I've got one last thought that I want to share with you before you take your test this coming Monday. We didn't get to discuss anything from Chapter 6, okay? So Chapter 6 deals with computing cost of goods sold in beginning and ending inventory. Kind of FIFO, LIFO, and average are the three different ways you can do that. FIFO stands for first in, first out, okay? So what that means is that businesses that sell inventory, the first inventory they put on the shelf is the first that they're going to sell, okay? So a common example of this you could think would be milk, okay? The first milk that Walmart gets in, they want to sell, okay? Because what they got today is going to expire most likely before what they're going to get tomorrow, okay? So they're going to hope that what inventory they got first will be the first sold, okay? So FIFO, big picture is that, okay? LIFO is last in, first out, okay? I don't necessarily have an example for what that would be. First in, first out FIFO, I would believe is more common, especially if you think of retailers, you know, things that are in style or things like that. What's in first, you want to go out first. For LIFO, it means last in, first out, okay? And that means that the most recent inventory you have, you want to sell first, okay? So those are the two big pictures, okay? And then average is where you take the average of all your inventories and divide them of what the cost of goods sold is, okay? So average is just more kind of getting rid of everything and kind of allocating cost, okay? So the textbook goes into, you can imagine you have some beginning inventory, and then you have a purchase and another purchase, and then you've got your ending inventory, okay? And most of the time it'll have something like units sold or units left or something like that, okay? And what FIFO does is it wants you to calculate your ending inventory by seeing what you have left, okay? So let's say I have three packages of pencils that I'm selling for $1, okay? And tomorrow I get 4 more packages of pencils that I'm selling for $1.50, okay? If I was to sell what I originally had, I would make $3. Okay, if I was to sell the 3 packages that I got for $1.50, that would mean that I made $4.50. Okay, so calculating your cost of goods sold and your ending inventory work like that. Okay, I would encourage you to look at problem exercise 6-7 in your textbook. So this is kind of what you're dealing with here. You've got your beginning inventory, okay, and you'll be given that, okay, and then you've got purchases, okay, and here they've got 2 purchases of 2 different amounts of units at 2 different costs, okay, and you can compute here. That's what you'll do, is you'll compute how much all of that inventory for that purchase is kind of worth, okay, and then you'll look at the cost of the goods available for sale, okay? So that's all of what you've got. So you'll add your 600 and then these 2 values, okay? And that's your goods available for sale, okay? And then you'll keep going and you'll take out what you have in ending inventory, okay? And under FIFO, it'll show you, in the problem, it'll tell you how many units you sold, okay? And for first in, first out, you would take out however many units that you've sold out of the beginning inventory, and then if you needed to, go into the next bracket, okay? So you need to know in general how to do one of those. If I understand correctly, there are some brief exercises and some other exercises in the textbook. I just would generally know how to do FIFO and LIFO. And basically everything that you would do for FIFO is the same for LIFO. It's just backwards. Okay, so you just, instead, if you can do it frontwards, you can do it backwards. So if you guys have a lot of trouble with that, feel free to post in the question and answer forum, and I can do a more detailed example of this. But really what you're going to do is just, it's kind of like a worksheet when you're solving it. I have one that I've done by hand that I can show you that's also a good one to work. exercise 6.5. I did that one when I was in accounting 1. And pardon my awful handwriting, but that one's also a good one to solve. That's exercise 6.5 on page 317. And like I said, it's just kind of a worksheet. Okay, you start with the information you're given, and then you work down to find your FIFO, your LIFO, and your average. Okay, so I would just know in general how to compute those. And like I said, go back and look at your adjusting entries, your closing entries, and then buying and selling inventory. And you guys should be ready to go on your exam. And as always, if you have any questions, post them to the question and answer forum, and either me or Mrs. Curry will be happy to get with you. So you guys have a happy time studying, and good luck on everything for Monday. You guys have a great week.